What's the point of doing this kind of triceps extension? Because at first glance, it looks a little silly, but it's not. Well, this strap around the upper arm solves one problem, which is that when you're doing triceps extensions like this, your upper arm is getting pulled forward and upward toward the cable. So as you're trying to move your elbow in isolation, your shoulder can get tugged out of position. Using a cuff or anything similar prevents the upper arm from getting pulled forward. You can think about this as no different from why you use a bench to do a preacher curl. The dumbbell pulls your entire arm down, and the preacher curl bench is underneath of you to support your upper arm so it doesn't move, because having to hold the dumbbell up in space would just be silly as you're doing the curl. Now, a lot of people understandably don't like even the look of this variation because it takes up a lot of room and maybe it's inconsiderate if the gym is busy. So one of the things that you can do instead, if you're using a single cable column like this, is simply just to turn around, put your upper arm into the cable column itself, and lean your entire body into the cable column so that your arm is basically just stuck there. Even though this support isn't as direct, your body weight leaning into the arm will basically just keep your arm glued to the cable column. Now, if you don't like that, what you can also do is just face the normal way toward the cable and use your opposite hand to actually brace up against the working side biceps, so you can basically just use your own body as your own brace. This does require a little bit of effort and coordination at first, but it's actually pretty helpful. But the lesson here is really one in principle. So you could do cool, creative things like this, where you are using your surroundings basically just to brace your upper arm against anything. Again, even though it might not be as direct as something like this, it's still at least going to feel a lot more stable than the traditional triceps extension. And I will say that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the traditional triceps extension without a brace, but if you are finding it difficult to stabilize your upper arm, simply pinning your arm up against something can help a lot.